Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the Drone Wars, episode 23. So in this episode, we're just going to see the board here in front of us, and we're going to take a look at the current situation before the episode actually starts. I mean, currently the Pirate Empire is the most powerful. The Federation has control over the center of the map, and they are trying to expand towards the top left. At least that's what it looks like. The new Galactic Alliance isn't doing too well, but they're in a better position than the Great Red Sun Empire, which is currently being attacked by two factions. And it looks like Delta Shipyards is struggling against the pirates. So we're just going to see what happens in this episode, and we're going to see if anything interesting happens with these. Well, more than likely, I don't think any factions are going to be wiped out, but we're definitely going to see a lot of things happen here. We're going to start with the new Galactic Alliance, go in order, and we're going to see who expands and who shrinks in this episode. Alright, here we are. So the Alliance, what they've decided to do is they decided to move their newest fleet from their shipyard up here. I'm guessing they do want to have a bit more space up here, kind of facing off against the Federation, but mainly they want to keep away from the pirates. Now over here, what they've decided to do is they're going to send their fleets that was over here in Alglo. They're going to move it over here to Salos in the canyons, and they're going to take on this Federation fortress, with of course their carrier and 2 extra fighters. So we're going to go on over there and we're going to see if the Federation wins or if the Alliance wins. Alright, here we are. We're on Salos. We're in the desert. Over here we have our fortress that is going to be defending against the Alliance, and over here is the Alliance fleet. You can see their carrier, and of course a lot of fighters supporting. Let the battle begin. So the carrier is keeping its distance at the moment, while those fighters are moving in. Alright, all those fighters are moving in, doing as much damage as they can. All these turrets are working overtime to try to take out as many fighters as possible. See, there are fighters just crashing down all around. Meantime, the main cannon is focusing on the carrier over here, which is starting to do its own damage. think basically all the weapons on this fortress have already been destroyed. I think only one fighter survived, and then carrier survived. Yeah, that's about it for this battle. Alright, with that battle completed, we have some interesting things going on here. So before I get into what's going on over here, the Alliance, with them taking over that planet and, making more of a presence for themselves, they have basically made another fleet, just a smaller fleet with some corvettes and a cruiser. So they've basically, by taking that planet, they've actually cut the Federation in half. So the Federation has a chunk over here, and they have another chunk over here, and they got a tiny piece over there. So the Federation is literally being cut into pieces. And that's not very good for the Federation for a lot of reasons. But the Federation decided that, they don't like that. So they've decided to send their cruiser that's just been hanging out in this fortress world, and they're moving it over here to the canyon. So hopefully try to fight off the carrier that's over here. Speaking of which, that carrier did lose that. But anyways, we're gonna see what happens there in this battle. Alright, here we are in the canyons again, and this time the Federation wants their planet back. So here, we have the Crusader carrier with some fighters, and over here, we have a Wanderer cruiser. I mean, I think the cruiser is outmatched, but at least it might be able to do something. We'll see what happens here. Almost immediately we have shots going off here. Lots of missiles going off around here. These fighters are definitely trying to do everything they can. The armor on the side is helping out a little bit there. There's missiles going off in all directions. Well, it seems like the carrier over there is firing away. It's trying to aim at the engines, but that side armor is really helping out a lot. A lot of missiles being exchanged on both sides. He's already getting in range of those lasers, which is definitely not good for him. Massive explosion. That's not good. this cruiser is definitely taking a lot of damage here. It's made a massive mistake there. It's collided with the ground. Yeah, I don't think he's getting back up from that. You can definitely try. Oh, it seems like he is getting back up. At least trying to. So there's a lot of explosions going on here. Yeah, I think that the carrier has won the battle here. It seems that all the fighters have been lost, but that carrier has definitely done all the damage it can. So we're gonna go back to the board and we're gonna update it. Alright, so with the Federation's failure to reconnect their empire, they decided to focus on other things. So first of all, they've decided to build another fleet at their only shipyard. Their priority is just to defend their shipyard at the moment. And then what they're going to do is that they've decided to take their fleet, which was on the Moon Ice Hills, the former homeworld of the Alliance. They're going to go ahead and attack the Great Red Set Empire, hoping to expand their territory over here away from the much larger threats. And over here, the Titan Lake, they're going after this fortress world here. So we're going to go over there and we're going to see how this battle turns out. Alright, we're here on Titan, on the lake. So right here we can see we have our level 1 fortress from the Great Red Sun Empire. And off in the distance we have the Federation fleet that's going to be attacking it. Consisting of 1 carrier, 1 frigate, and a bunch of fighters. One of them kind of just wandered off over there, but that's alright. We're going to go ahead and declare war here, and we're going to see which side comes out on top here. So almost immediately we have ships here. These ships do have to be very careful not to get hit by the weapons. So that frigate is going up and above here. All these fighters are going a bit more straightforward here. These fighters are for sure going to do a lot of damage once they get close. So all these turrets need to do everything they can to defend from all that. A lot of damage being done here. I don't think this fortress has any functioning turrets left. other than the point defenses. Even then, those point defenses are quickly being shot down. Now you can see the carrier, the frigate's still alive, and there's plenty of fighters out there that are doing a lot of damage. So I don't think the Federation had any losses in this battle. We're gonna go back to the board, update it, and we're gonna see what happens next. Alright, we're back at the board. Now that the Federation's turn is up, we've moved on to Delta Shipyards, and Delta Shipyards has done a few things. So, well, the first thing they've decided to do with their very narrow empire here is they've decided to build an additional fleet right up here on the Pertam Dunes. They really want to protect that shipyard as best they can, and then they've decided to move their other fleet that was already there over to the right to the Earth-like grasslands because they want to take over this fortress world here, and I'll give them a much needed push that they need to kind of just move up and around and take over the rest of this empire here. Either that or they're trying to block off the Federation's access. Well, regardless of their motives, we're going to go over to the grasslands here and we're going to see how the how the Red Sun Empire does against this fleet here. Alright, we're in the Earth-like grasslands, and well, here's the Great Red Sun Empire's fortress world. Or fortress, I guess, on this world. Over here, we have Delta Shipyards' fleet. As you can see, they have their one battleship, one cruiser, and one corvette. We're going to go ahead and declare war, and we're going to see how much damage they can do to this fortress. There's a lot of missiles being used in this fleet, so it's going to be very dangerous. Since the point defenses were able to defend against the oncoming onslaught, but the rest of these ships are still moving in. They're going to continue firing everything they can. There's already some shots going after this corvette here, which is actually doing a pretty significant amount of damage. You can see a railgun just flew off of it there. Oh, and this corvette might actually be going down here. Yikes. That's one ship completely eliminated. And the other two are still moving in here. Massive hits already starting to go into this ship. It's going to do everything that it can. Not sure what the battleship is doing there. They tried to do a flashy maneuver and got itself stuck in the ground. The cannons are still operational, and anti-missiles are too. This cruiser is taking a lot of damage. It has a massive hole in the center, but it's still trying to fight, firing as many torpedoes as it can to just finish off this fortress here. I think that's about all of the weapons completely destroyed here. I mean, none of them are firing, so that's that. I'll just double check to see if this ship is still functional by just pasting it up here. If it's still flying, then it is still operational. Yep, it is still operational. Alright, so those are the two surviving ships in the Delta Shipyards fleet, and they have successfully taken over this planet. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So, Delta Shipyards did expand over there. So now we move on to the pirates, and what they've decided to do is that they've decided to move their super carrier even closer to Delta Shipyards. So their super carrier fleet is now just hanging on the moon right here. Just gotta move her maybe 2 more turns so they can start just wiping out the rest of Delta Shipyards. So that is something that's going on over there. And in the meantime, they've taken one of their weaker fleets over here, and because the new Galactic Alliance is more focused on the fleets up above it, they didn't really bother defending this world here, so the pirates just took it, simply. They turned it into a shipyard, and then they used their last action to actually upgrade that shipyard to level 2. So now the Pirate Empire has a shipyard right there, and that's going to give them the ability to really like push out through all this, and that's really, really dangerous for a lot of reasons. Now we're going to go over and look at what the Great Red Sun Empire is going to do. So the Great Red Sun Empire, they are in a really bad position here. I mean, Delta Shipyards is over here, and then the Federation is over there. It's not looking too great for them. They're just being completely just sandwiched between these two factions, which is not great. But they did think of a solution. Their shipyard is actually right here. Surprisingly, none of the other factions are going after it yet. But because the Federation, moved their cruiser from here, this gave them an opening, and they're going to try to capitalize on that opening. So they're going to move over one of their fleets to try to take on this fortress. If they can successfully take out this fortress, they'll claim this world, giving them a little bit of a boost, being able to, hopefully escape from their demise over there and actually expand in the middle of the map. But that is if they could successfully take over this planet here, the Mars Valley. Yeah, and they still have to worry about the Alliance over here, which I don't know about you guys, but I think the Alliance might have a grudge against them. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and see how this battle goes. Alright, here we are. Here's the Federation Fortress, and all the way over here should be the fleet that's going to be attacking it. As you can see, it's just one corvette and a bunch of fighters. I don't know if this will be enough firepower to take out a fortress, but we'll find out soon enough. So almost immediately, all these ships are going to start moving. They need to do whatever they can to avoid being shot at and try doing as much damage as they can. lot of shots going out already. They might be going after the fighters down here, which is not great for them. These fighters are a little bit heavily armored, but at the same time, those shots are definitely gonna slow them down a bit, I guess. There's already cannon shots moving in, and missiles, which is not great for that corvette. But hopefully these fighters can help out by taking out that main gun. And that corvette's going straight in. And here come the fighters. They just need to take out all these weapons. That corvette is still operational. It's just trying to figure out a way to escape from this weird situation here. See, while all the turrets are focused on the corvette here, these fighters are going to try doing as much damage as they can. That is if they don't do that. Some of these are starting to target fighters off the distance, which is not great. Cannons on this corvette are definitely trying to do their best here. Now the corvette is starting to move. They just need to take out those cannons. Oh, I think that's the corvette lost. Yep, that corvette's completely gone. Now it's just up to the fighters that are left. Seems like a lot of these fighters have lost their main weapons here. So if they don't do something quick, they might actually end up losing here. Definitely done a decent amount of damage, but they haven't done enough to actually take out the fortress. That is pretty much all the fighters eliminated here. So unfortunately, seems the Federation has repelled that attack with their fortress. That's not good news for the Great Red Sun Empire. So we're going to go back to the board and see what happens there. Alright, so that's about that. So yeah, the Great Red Sun Empire did move one of their fleets, you know, in preparation for incoming attacks. They just moved it over there. So they have a bit of a defense going on here. However, their attempts to, you know, take over a planet over here just completely failed. So they've decided that their last action is going to be used in making another fleet of just entirely fighters, and hopefully that would help them to defend their shipyard if it ever does come under attack. They're not in a great spot, just looking at this. How many planets do they have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets left. And you know, the Federation and the Delta Shipyards, they're just inching closer and closer to their territory here. I don't know about you, but I think that the Great Red Sun Empire, their days are numbered here, so it's not looking very good for them. I'm looking here, the new Galactic Alliance, they're slowly starting to expand. They're starting to make a name for themselves, which is actually pretty surprising. They've actually survived a near extinction once, and now they're kind of just growing again, just taking over the Federation. In fact, they've managed to chop the Federation into multiple pieces, which is interesting. And their empire is currently taking on this kind of curved shape here. It's like a big U of sorts. Yeah, so that's that. The Federation is really struggling to figure out what to do here, as they are facing opposition from all sides, and even internally at this point, because of the fact they've been cut to pieces. So they need to figure out a way to reunify if they can. Going down here, the Pirate Empires, they're doing very, very well. I mean, they're slowly expanding outwards, and they're actually just moving their largest fleet towards the front line so they can just completely take over the bottom of the map, it looks like. I'm thinking that they're probably going to try doing like a sweep of the whole map from the bottom up. That's possibly what their plan is. Delta Shipyards over here, they're doing alright but not great. They already know that their lower area here is pretty much doomed, so what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to move most of their fleets up north. So they're hoping that maybe they can escape the onslaught of the pirates and just try to find a way to escape up here. And you can see lots of their fleets are kind of just concentrated either here or around here. Mainly because they were trying to deal with the Federation here, which is trying to cut through this way, but also because they have some beef with the Great Red Sun Empire all the way up here. More than likely, I think that I don't know, either the Federation or Delta Shipyards might get the final blow on this faction over here, but we don't know. It looks like the Pirate Empire is also trying to move up here as well, because they do have a fleet that's over here. So they're pretty interested in the Pirate Empire's holdings over here. Not quite sure what's going to happen there. But I guess that's about it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We do have a Discord if you want to participate in Season 2 of the Drone Wars. So feel free to join if you're interested in that. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and take care.